Shalom to the elect. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, blessings to you brothers that's doing this work in truth and in sincerity. And like I said, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. All right, through the Holy Spirit, which is how we learn this truth and grow in wisdom. Okay. This is Samak coming to you with another lesson. Let's dive right into it. Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account therefore in the day of judgment. All right. Matter of fact, I didn't even check to see if I could read it. I'm pretty sure I can, but no, I mean read down. So let's go to the next verse and then we'll get into it. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. All right, this is one of the biggest things and it's very important that brothers focus on, okay? Being mindful of your speech, all right? You know the saying, why walking on eggshells. What does that mean? All right, to walk on eggshells means that you have to walk very carefully, all right? You have to think before you take action, and you have to think before you speak, okay? And based on this lesson, all right, the topic is being mindful how you speak about one another, all right? Be mindful of how you speak about another brother, especially when talking to another brother, all right? So, what do I mean by that? Let's use an example. If you have one brother, right? I'm going to use some common names here. I'm going to use some scripture names. You say you have a brother, Jeremiah. And brother Jeremiah is talking to brother Isaiah. And they're talking about another brother. And let's say that another brother is Uriah. Okay? Jeremiah knows Uriah personally. They've had personal dealings, personal experience. Maybe they've camped together, whatever. Isaiah doesn't know Uriah. Okay? But he knows Jeremiah. Right? So he's having a conversation with Jeremiah, and Jeremiah's talking about Uriah to him, and apparently Jeremiah had a bad experience for, whatever it was, right? Whatever the case it was, right? And then he's then going and talking to Isaiah about him, and he's basically saying all these things, he's this, he's that, he's a demon, he's this, he's not a brother, he not in the truth, he not in the spirit, he's a worker of iniquity, he a 2/3, all the common rhetoric that you hear guys talking in this truth, right? Very common rhetoric that you hear brothers saying in this truth, right? And I'm speaking from a place of experience, all right? So when I do this lesson, I'm speaking from a place of experience, all right? Not just once, but multiple times, okay? I've been in this situation many different times, both on the receiving end, right, and on the dealing end. And when I say dealing, I mean if I'm having a conversation with a guy and he's trying to do it to me, right? And on the receiving end, meaning somebody had a conversation with somebody I know, or somebody had a conversation with somebody else in regards to me, and it's from somebody that either doesn't know me or somebody who does know me. And the problem with that is you have guys in this truth that you cross them once, it's a wrap. You make one mistake that offends them, and it's a wrap, right? It's not of Yahweh Shai at all, because Yahweh Shai said you shall forgive your neighbor 70 times 7. And problem with guys in this truth is they'll slander you. They'll defame your character. They'll say all manner of things in order for their own personal gain, right? To fit their narrative, to fit their gain, right? Or because they feel they have a personal grudge against you and they don't want any other guy or any other brother they know to have dealings with you. So they'll slander your name, man. And you better believe that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to make you pay for it. He's going to make you answer for that, right? As we read, right? By thy words thou shalt be justified, but by thy words thou shalt also be condemned. So the very things you say can make or break, all right, what happens to you in the day of judgment. you know. And I think brothers don't really meditate on the severity of that. You know, brothers just always talk about works, you know, works, and faith, you know, and basically their faith by their works, right? But brothers don't talk about the piece where communication amongst each other and communication about other brothers. You know, I personally had experiences with guys in this truth that I've deemed to be wicked, you know, or have done wicked dealings, you know. Or I've personally dealt with brothers that may have done unjustly to me and other brothers that was with me, and they go on and slander me, you know. And I've had conversations about them with other brothers and haven't said one bad thing. Oh, I know that brother. Yeah, I know that brother. Yeah, he is out in, you know, wherever. You know, he's out in such and such. Yeah, he doing the work. He doing the work. You know, it's nothing. I don't have to say anything. My brother asks me a question. Hey man, hey Samak, let me ask you a question. How you feel about this brother? You know, what's your what are your thoughts on him? If you should have asked me, I'll ask you the question. Well, do you want the truth? And then you could be like, yeah, I want the truth. And then I'll say, okay, well, this is my own personal experience. Okay. This is what happened to me. And, you know, you can go ahead and form your own opinion, do your own thing. But this is what happened to me because you asked. And then I'll say my piece. But never once will I slander a brother. Never once will I talk shit on a brother and defame a brother's character. You know, I'll speak the facts and say, oh, look, this is what happened. But I'm never going to speak in a manner that's biased towards myself, because as humans, we tend to have that nature, you know, and that's a flaw, okay? And that's a part of going off, because the scriptures say that in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor, all right? And the scriptures also say thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And thy neighbor is those that are really of your nation, you know, ultimately. But going more specific into current times, your neighbor will be more or less those that are doing this work, okay? Those that are also believers of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, whether it's the same doctrine, maybe it's a little slightly difference in the doctrine, but if y'all both call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua and y'all both believe y'all Israelites, you know, technically that's your neighbor, man. But we're going to speak specifically on brothers that are, you know, amongst the same body, if you will, you know, Great Millstone or in like-minded brothers. And that's against the Most High. You're literally going off if you do so, because by you forming a scenario, or not a scenario, I should say, you forming a story, right? Or you telling somebody about an experience and you alter the experience, or I don't even want to say alter, you know, you could use that word, or exaggerate. You exaggerate the experience to be more biased in your favor, to make you look like you're the righteous one and the other brother was the wicked one, you know. And I believe it to be true that a lot of brothers do this, and it's human nature, you know. It's human nature, you know. We tend to have this tendency, you know, to do this in all things, because we never want to be wrong, right? As humans, we don't want to be wrong. We want to be right. And you know, that's just not going to fly in this truth, man. You know, you got to be honest. You got to be meek. You got to be humble. You got to be willing to take the low road. You got to be willing to take the L. All right. For what? To gain Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So brothers need to be careful about who they talk about to other brothers and how they talk about them. I'm not going to go in details and specifics on, you know, specific things that I've encountered that inspired me to even do this lesson, but I'm starting to see a trend, and I'm really getting disgusted, man. And I don't even want to say disgusted, but I'm getting really disappointed, man, because brothers talk a big game in this truth, man. You know, brothers always pumping this works, you know, like modern day Pharisees, but you know, just in a different manner. You know, the Pharisees or whatever, or scribes, they were big on the law, you know, and boasting and showing, oh, I'm wearing my fringes, I'm sacrificing in the temple, I'm not profaning the Sabbath, you know. And I'm starting to see a trend where brothers are starting to be in that same spirit, but instead of the law, it's, oh, I'm going out every day. I'm putting up 7 videos a day, you know? But when you really dive into the personality traits behind these guys, it's iniquity, man. It's nothing but strife. It's nothing but contention. It's nothing but offenses. It's nothing but slander. It's nothing but false witness. You know, it's nothing but no mercy. There's no mercy. There's no meekness. There's no humility. You know, it's like, where do you draw the line? You know, and as men, you know, we boast in the physical. You know what we can see. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua boasts in the things that can't be seen. He boasts in the character. Who are you as a person? How are you in the spirit? How are you to my sheep? You know, that's what Yahushua was pumping. What are the 2 greatest commandments? We know that, right? And it's like, brothers, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Let's go ahead and go over here. This is Psalms 101 and 1. It's a Psalm of David. Matter of fact, Salak is not 1. So let's start at verse. Matter of fact, let's start at 2. It says, I will behave myself in a perfect way. Oh, when wilt thou come unto me, I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. Yes, so David says, I will walk wisely in a perfect way. All right, so walking wisely in a perfect way. All right, being upright and being wise, basically meaning you're conscious and you're cautious about the very things you do, because part of being wise is being what? Circumspect. All right, and being circumspect means to basically evaluate, to analyze, all right, to be decisive, to be intentional, okay? So you have all of those different traits make up a wise man, and part of that is what, right? The scriptures say a wise man knoweth when to hold his tongue, all right? A wise man is not going to defame a character for his own gain, all right? That's not a wise man. Or if you say wise, it's not an honest man, okay? That's not a sincere man. It says, verse 3, actually to finish off verse 2, it says, I will walk within my house with a perfect heart, right? When you go into perfect, I'm pretty sure, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure when you go into perfect, it means upright. And but I'm not 100% sure, but let's go into it. So this is in the Hebrew, it's tamim, and it's let me get the Strong's real quick. So yeah, when you go into the Strong's, it means sound, right? Being sound means to be what? To be consistent, right? Without spot. Right? It's unflawed, undefiled, all right? Upright, all right? So basically to be honest, man, you know, is another word for that, all right? So he walks in his house with a perfect heart, right? With an honest heart, an honest spirit. It says, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. A froward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person, man. So, hey, listen, when you see a wicked person, you know, if you have the ability to do so, hey, depart from them, you know, stay away from them, you know, as much as possible. And now I understand you might have, you know, immediate family, your mom or your dad or something like that, you know, apply wisdom to it, right? But, you know, those that you owe nothing to, man, you have no attachments to, there's no need for it, man. Somebody is in jeopardy. If you being around somebody that's in a position to jeopardize your spirit, you need to depart, man. You know, if you hanging around guys who always talking shit and slandering other brothers, man, hey, you need to separate yourself, man. You should be around brothers that are encouraging other brothers, man. You should be around brothers that are openly giving mercy, brothers that are openly giving charity. And this is the point right here, verse 5. It says, whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that have an high look and a proud heart will I not suffer, man. Because that's what it is. It's ultimately pride, man. When you go to exaggerate an experience, all right, to be biased towards you, you know, we're all guilty of it. You know, we're all guilty of it. But it's when you come into the truth, that's one thing that you gotta kill that old man, you know, crucify that old man. You gotta become a new creature. Okay. You have to be as a little kid. All right. You have to be as a little kid. You have to be honest, man. You have to be sincere. Those are the traits of the elect. You know, you could put out 10 videos a day and be a whole demon, bro. It means nothing, you know. Putting out 10 videos a day and being sincere and honest as a brother is a beautiful thing, man. Don't forget that piece, because it takes 2 batteries, man, to charge a remote, man. Or for a remote to operate, man. You can't have one without the other, all right? It's not going to work, all right? Think about a car, man. You need gas and oil, man. You can't just have gas in the tank and think that your engine's going to run correctly, man. It's not, because you driving that car without oil, all right? You're destroying the engine, man. So that oil is likened to that charity and that mercy and that honest spirit, man. And that gasoline is those works, man. And when you put those two together, you have a perfectly working or efficiently working vehicle, man. All right. All things work together for the betterment of his truth. All right. You don't want to be deceitful. You don't want to be, you know, let's get into it. Proverbs 20:19. It says, he that goeth about as a talebearer, revealeth secrets, therefore meddle not with him that flattereth with his lips, man. You going and telling brothers personal business. You telling secrets. You bringing out things that were exclusively between, you know, just a specific group of brothers. And you're bringing that energy into other men's hearts, man. You know, and that's a bad example, especially for the younger brothers, man. That's a bad example, man. We got a brother that, like I said, I don't want to really get too in detail to specific stuff, but I'll say this, you know, we've got a brother that's, you know, a little newer in the truth. You know, he has his works, he has his things that he's been coming out and breaking bread with brothers, and he was wary, man. And he was wary to do so because of another brother he was counseling with, man. That I don't know who it is. I don't care to know who it is. That brother is, and the brother I'm talking about is an honest and truthful brother, because I'm not going to name, you know what I mean? That's between me and him. And I respect that. And I don't want to know either, you know, and I don't care to know, because at the end of the day, all things going to be revealed in the end, man. You know, every idle word shall be brought into judgment. So you bear false witness and you make false claims, man, in an attempt to turn a brother away, man. That's a dangerous game, man. But hey, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, he felt otherwise, man. So hey, because you can say one thing and then a brother can experience a whole different thing, man. You know, you can say, oh man, this brother, he a demon, he don't do this, he do this, he be talking like this, man, he gonna end up doing this and doing this. And then you meet the brother and it's a whole different experience, man. So be careful with that, man. Because, hey, Yahweh Shai said, what you have done unto them, you have done unto me. All right. And though you call me Lord, Lord, right, you worker of iniquity, man. Just roughly paraphrasing. So Lord willing, this video is edifying. Till next time.